So we're going to start feet together, turning toes out, followed by heels, just looking down at your feet, making sure they're tracking straight and parallel to each other. Soft through the knees, hips facing forward, shoulders round and down, and ears over the shoulders. Placing the hands on the hips, and we're just going to rock that pelvis forward, flattening through the lumbar spine, and then taking it back and arching through the lumbar spine. So again, we're just going to rock the pelvis forward and back, and one more time. And not only are we trying to find our neutral spine, but also just lengthening and stretching through that back. So finding the halfway point between the two, nice neutral spine position. Thinking about our deep lateral breathing now, so drawing those shoulders down the back, nice deep breath in through the nose. Feel that rib cage expanding and out through the mouth. And again, a nice deep breath in through the nose. Feeling that rib cage spreading and out through the mouth and drawing the rib cage back together again. So while we continue with this deep lateral breathing, I want you to imagine that belt around your waist, drawing the sides towards each other and pulling the belly button back towards your spine. And thinking about those pelvic floor muscles like a lift, coming up 1, 2, 3. So feeling the core muscles nice and tight, but keep with that deep lateral breathing without it being restricted. So relaxing the arms down by the side. We're going to start with the heel lifts. So again, just focusing on trying to strengthen through those ankles. So try not to let the ankles wobble, keep them tracking straight. And we're going to start with some forward shoulder rolls. Good. Nice big rolls, releasing any tightness or tension. One more time, forward, and then we're going to reverse up to the ears, over the mountain, and down the other side. Working with the breath, feeling that core nice and tight and engaged. Good, one more time, and then relaxing the shoulders down the back. Good. So we're going to float the arms out to the side, locking those shoulders down the back as we reach the arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to start to stretch one arm and then the other, reaching it up, but try not to bring the shoulders up to the ears. Keep the shoulders locked down the back. And then we're going to push the air away as we bring the arms back down to our side. Good. In breath, locking the shoulders down the back as we reach the arms up towards the ceiling. This time we're going to look at our hands as we start to reach from one side to the other, opening up through the lats, lengthening through the spine, and on the out breath, pushing the air away as we bring the arms back down. Good. We're going to bring the arms up in front of us now, locking the shoulders down the back, all the way to the ceiling. Sweep the arms back, draw the shoulder blades together as we sweep them round. One more time, in breath, up to the ceiling. Sweeping the arms back, drawing the shoulder blades together, changing direction. So bringing the arms back now, up to the ceiling. Lock the shoulders down and push the air away in front. Good, one more time, in breath, sweep the arms back, up to the ceiling. Push the air away as we bring the arms back down. Good. Coming back to standing, rolling those shoulders, shaking the arms off. I'm going to work with the neck stretches. So dropping left ear to left shoulder, right arm behind the back. Take the left hand over the head, gently feeling the stretch down the side of the neck and across the top of the shoulder. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and coming back up to the center again, and then right ear to right shoulder, left arm behind the back. Take the hand over the head, and again just gently feeling that stretch. It shouldn't be uncomfortable. If it is, just reduce the stretch slightly, and coming back up to the center again. So dropping chin to chest, keep the shoulder blades pulled together at the back. We're going to half circle the head to the right. And then again, drop the chin to chest, very slowly, rubbing the chin along the chest. Feel those muscles stretching down the side, down the back of the neck. I'm going to do one more time to each side. Nice and slow. Nice breath. Good. Last time. Good, over to the ear and then coming back up to the center again, brilliant. So taking the hands behind your back, interlock them, turn them inside out, pull the shoulder blades together at the back, and then we're going to lift the hands up away from the glutes, just feeling that nice opening through the front of the chest, breathing through that. Squeezing those shoulder blades together and relax and shaking those arms out. Good. So we're taking the arms out to the side, keep the knees soft. We're going to go to the left first. I want you to push that left hip forward as we follow the hand with the head. So we're going for 1, for 2 for the first one. In breath to center, back up again. Good. To the right, push the right hip forward for 1, for 2, and back to the center again. Good. To the left, push the left hip forward. We're going for 3, for 1, for 2, for 3, increasing that stretch, and back to the center again. To the right, for 1, for 2, for 3, and back to the center again. One more time to each side. To the left, push the left hip forward for 1, for 2, for 3, and in breath to center. Good. We're just rotating through that spine for 2, for 3, and centering back up. Good. And just relax and rolling those arms round. Brilliant. So we're coming into the roll down. So standing at the end of the mat, mat rolling away in front, nice soft knees, core engaged. Deep breath in through the nose. As we breathe out, drop the chin to the chest, and we're slowly peeling that vertebra off the wall behind you. Arms hanging, head hanging. Feel the weight of the head slowly drawing you down. The articulation through each vertebra joint, all the way down to your toes. Then deep breath in. As we breathe out, we draw the belly button to spine, and we're rounding back up, stacking that spine, one vertebra at a time, rolling the shoulders back and coming up to standing. Good. One more time. Draw deep breath in, drawing the belly button to spine. As we breathe out, chin to chest, arms hanging, head hanging. Feeling articulation, taking time through that lumbar spine as you come down towards the toes. Good, and this time we're going to either hook the fingers underneath the toes or place the hands flat onto the floor, head hanging, shoulders down the back. We're straightening through the right knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Through the left knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Straighten through both knees, head hanging, shoulders down the back. Breathing through that stretch. And we're going to soften through the knees. We're going to come down to sitting on the mat. So it's up to you. If you want to sit with the legs long, that's fine. If you can, we're going to fold the legs, cross the legs in front of you. Sitting up tall, crown of the head to the ceiling. Excellent. So into our side bends, we're going to place the left hand down onto the floor. In breath to prepare. As we breathe out, soften the left elbow and reach the right arm over the top, pushing that right seat bone into the mat. So try not to tip up. In breath to center and then over to the right. So we're just opening all through that left side. And again, over to the left on the out breath. Good. Reaching that right arm over. Try and keep both seat bones down into the mat as we reach over the top. Good, one more time to each side. And remember, keep the shoulder of the side you're leaning into down your back. Good. In, breath to center, and over to the other side. Brilliant, and center back up again. So taking both arms up to the ceiling now, shoulders down the back. We're going to turn to the left, right hand on left knee, place the left hand behind you. Think the crown of the head to the ceiling, try not to fall back, and turn to face the back. In, breath to center, both arms to the ceiling. Changing direction, left hand on right knee, reach the crown of the head to the ceiling and turn to face the back. Good, one more time to each side, arms to the ceiling, good. Right hand on left knee, crown of the head to the ceiling. In, breath, arms to the ceiling, and last time now, taking the hand. Use the knee or your leg to increase that stretch slightly. Arms to the ceiling, and then just relaxing them down by your side. Excellent. So turning onto all fours now. Knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Thinking of that neutral spine, so drawing the belly button to the spine. You're right there, Jen. So the first one, I'm just going to show you slightly different. So we're not moving that lumbar spine. That's staying in the neutral spine position. We're working between the shoulder blades. So we're going to soften the elbow slightly, drop down between the shoulder blades, and try and squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then on the out breath, we're going to broaden and lift up. Almost feel like you're lifting out of that shoulder joint, okay? So it's very small movements, but we're working the shoulder joint there, good. So in breath, drop down to slightly soften the elbows, drop down between the shoulders, squeeze those shoulder blades together. On the out breath, lifting out of the shoulder joint and feel the broadening between the shoulder blades. One more time. In breath, drop down, squeeze those shoulder blades together. On the out breath, we're lifting up and broadening through the shoulders. One more time. In breath, squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. Out breath, broadening and lengthening between the scapula. Coming back to the neutral spine into our cat stretch now. So we're rounding up through that thoracic back, drop the head down. On the out breath, lengthen tail and crown. Draw the belly button to spine into the back extension. Good. In breath, round thoracic back up towards the ceiling. On the out breath, lengthen tail and crown into that back extension. Good. One more time. In breath, rounding thoracic back up towards the ceiling. Lengthen tail and crown, feeding on into that back extension. Just feeling that nice stretch there through the back. We're just going to flex the back off one more time. Rounding up. And coming back to the center again. Good. So keeping the neutral spine, again, another new one here. We're going to roll our hips to the right, coming over as far as you feel comfortable, and then taking the head to the left. What you should feel is a lovely opening through the lower back and the pelvic girdle. Go. Good. So we're going to go from side to side, rolling the hips, taking the head to the opposite direction. In breath to center and out breath, rolling the hips to the other side. Good. We're going to do two more to each side. Does everyone feel a nice stretch there? Through the pelvic girdle. And center, last one. Good. Turning to look behind you. Good. Centering back up again. We're going to sit back on our heels. So Jane, Thomas, if you just roll over the ball, head down. Good. Sit back on your heels. Use your hands to weight yourself back onto the heels. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're rounding back up, stacking that spine. Come to sitting on your heels, and we're coming back onto all fours again. Good, so we're going to slide the left leg back. Now drop that left hip down. Maybe take the hands slightly more forward. Push back through the hands. You're taking the heel to the floor, feeling that stretch through the calf. Keep the back of the head in line with the spine. Breathing through that for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slide that left knee back in again. Good. So sliding the right leg back, drop the right hip down, push back through the hands, and we're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slide that right knee back in. Good. So into the leg and arm raise now. So again, keeping that neutral spine, belly button drawn in. Reach the right arm forward, left leg back, focusing on not hitching the hips or shoulders, and we're reaching the arm forward and back, thinking of length. Good. Lower to the floor, slide back in, making sure you don't rock from one side to the other as we slide the right leg back, left arm forward. Good. Reaching forward and back, strong through the core. Lower back down and sliding back in again, trying not to shift the weight too much. Left leg back, right arm forward. Reaching forward and back. Good. Lower back down and sliding back in. Last time now. Left arm forward, right leg back. Reaching forward and back. Lower back down. Sliding back in. Good. So we're going to sit back on our heels. Jane, Thomas, if you come down to sitting, and have your legs straight out in front of you. Obviously modify it as much as need be. The rest of us, we're going to sit back on the heels. Take the knees wider, but Jane, I would just keep your legs together for this one. We're going to walk the hands forward, so coming down to the mat. So Jane, if you just come down over your legs, and then we're going to walk the hands to the left, keeping the weight down onto your heels, reaching that right arm away from you. So we're just opening up all through that right side. In breath to center. Try and keep the weight onto the heels as we walk the hands around to the right. Reaching that left arm away from you. Good, back to the center, and then use your hands to walk you back as you round back up, stacking that spine, coming up to sitting. Excellent. So we're coming to sitting. We're going into the roll back C curve. Have your bands handy and the pillows if you're using them for the full roll back, but we're just going to do the C curve. So sitting with the feet and knees hip width apart, crown of the head up towards the ceiling, arms out in front of you, shoulders down the back. Good. So deep breath in, draw the belly button to spine. As we breathe out, we're C-curving, rounding that lumbar spine, keeping nice and broad through the chest as we roll back to that C-curve. Hold for an in-breath. As we breathe out, rolling back up and stacking that spine. Good. One more time. Arm out breath. Draw the belly button to spine. We're rounding back, keeping the shoulders down. Make sure that belly button's pulled in tight. Round back up and stacking. Into the arm floats this time. We're going to start with the right arm. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, draw the belly button to spine, shoulders down the back. We're going to float the right arm. Touch the floor with the fingers, follow the hand with the head. In breath to center, left arm. Keep that belly button pulled to spine, follow the hand with the head. In breath to center, round back up and stack that spine. Good. On the out breath, draw the belly button to spine, rolling back, left hand first. So float the fingers on the floor, turn to face the hand, in breath to center, right arm, follow the hand with the head, draw the belly button to spine, drawing it back to the center, round back up and stacking, open those knees, take the hands around the feet, hooking them around the ankles and drop down over the feet there. Good. Breathing through that stretch. Good. And then round back up and stacking. So lengthening the legs straight out away from you. We're going to come all the way to the front of the mat. We're going into the roll back. So if you want to use your band, place them around your feet. Or have the cushions there if you want them. Otherwise, arms out in front of you, shoulders down the back. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, draw the belly button to spine and we're rounding down. Keep shoulders down the back. Squeeze the knees and feet together. Lumbar thoracic. Take the head down. Reach the arms up above the head. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, arms to the ceiling. Come up from the breastbone, looking at your toes and we're rounding back up. Reach the arms forward and drop the head down between the arms. Good. Rounding and stacking that spine. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, draw the belly button to spine. So we're articulating through that vertebra. Good. Lumbar thoracic. Take the head down and reach the arms over the top. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, arms to the ceiling. Come up from the breastbone, looking at your toes. Squeeze your knees and feet together as we round back up. Reaching over the toes. And drop the head down. Brilliant. Round and stacking that spine. One more time now. Arm out breath. Draw the belly button to spine. Shoulders down the back. Squeezing the knees and feet. Coming down onto the mat. Reach the arms up above your head. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, arms to the ceiling. Come up from the breastbone. Look at your toes. Rounding back up. Always hardest on the third one. Reach the arms forward, drop the head down. Good. Stacking that spine again. And we're just going to do one more time to come down to the mat. So deep breath in. As we breathe out, draw the belly button to spine. We're rounding down. Lumbar thoracic. Take the head down. Reach the arms over the top. Good. Okay, we're just going to hold this position for a minute, relaxing that lumbar spine down. I want you to flex through your feet. Feet are about hip width apart. And we're just going to lengthen through the side of our body. So keeping both the feet and the hands on the floor, you're going to reach that left arm back to touch the wall behind you. And at the same time, push that left leg away from you, almost like you're taking the top of the femur bone out of your hip joint. Good. In breath to center, on out breath. We're going to do right arm now. Reach that right arm away from you. Push that right leg away. And in breath to center and relax. Good. One more time to each side. So left arm, reach that left arm back towards the wall behind you. Pushing that left leg away. In breath to center. Right arm reaching back behind you. Push that right leg away. In breath to center. We're going to Draw the knees up now and then gently take the knees up to your chest and just loosen that back off after quite a strong stretch there and just rocking from side to side. Good. Okay, so we're taking the feet back down to the floor, heels about 1.5 to 2 hands length away from the glutes, hip width apart. We're going to do our pelvic curls now. So on the in-breath, imagining the marble on the belly button, you're rolling the marble down towards your feet, rolling that pelvis forward and arching through the lumbar spine. On the out-breath, we're going to flatten through the lumbar spine and ever so slightly curling that pelvis up. Good. In breath, roll the pelvis forward. Think about the back of your neck as well. Chin towards the chest slightly. On the out breath, we're flattening through the lumbar spine and curling that pelvis up. Good. One more time. In breath, rolling that pelvis forward, arching through the lumbar spine. On the out breath, flattening through the lumbar spine and curling the pelvis up. So finding the halfway point between the two, nice neutral spine position. We're going to float the right and left arm up towards the ceiling, keeping the shoulders down your back. On the in-breath, we're floating the arms out to the side, back of the hands to the floor. Try and get those shoulder blades down into the floor and think about that rib cage as we open up through the chest. On the out breath, we're floating the arms back up to the ceiling again. Good. In breath, we're floating the arms out to the side. Drop the shoulders down onto the floor. Feel the opening through the chest. On the out breath, we're floating the arms back up to the ceiling again. Palms facing away from you. We're going to go right arm up above the head, left hand down. Keeping the hands on the floor like a windmill, we're going to bring the arms out to the side, dragging the fingers on the floor, ending up with left arm up, right arm down, back up to the ceiling again. On the out breath, left arm up, right arm down, dragging the fingers on the floor like a windmill, ending with right arm up, left arm down. Think about your rib cage, keep it down and back up to the ceiling again. Good. So dropping the elbows to the floor now, fingers up towards the ceiling. Take the back of the hands down towards the floor, rib cage down. Slide the hands along the floor, keeping that 10 to 2 position. Draw the shoulders down the back and reach the arms back up to the ceiling again. Good. On the out breath, drop the elbows to the floor at shoulder height, fingers up to the ceiling. Take the back of the hands to the floor, keep the rib cage down, sliding the hands along the floor, keeping the 10 to 2 and draw the arms back up to the ceiling again. Excellent. So we're relaxing the arms down by your side, shoulders relaxed. Neck relaxed, coming into the shoulder bridge position. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, draw the belly button to spine. We're curling that pelvis up off the mat, one vertebra at a time. Squeezing through the glutes, pushing forward through the fronts of the thighs. Lifting the hips up as high as possible, but keeping that rib cage down. Holding for an in-breath. As we breathe out, we're going to come back down, one vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled up until the end. Good. So one more time, deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time, squeezing through the glutes. Lifting the hips up as high as possible, rib cages down, shoulders relaxed down your back. We're going to work with the glute squeezers, so we're going to drop the hips 2 centimeters, squeezing through the glutes to push them back up again. For 9, and squeezing to push back up. For 8, and squeeze. Good. Make sure you're keeping your neutral spine. 7, to squeeze and lift those hips up. For 6, and squeeze. 5, and squeeze. 4, and squeeze back up. For 3, and squeeze. Good. For 2, and squeezing back up. Good. Last ones. Relax and squeeze back up, pushing those hips up, and we're coming back down. 1 vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled up to the end. Good. Hugging those knees into your chest and rocking from side to side. Excellent. Good, so taking both feet back down to the mat, knees and feet are together, arms out to the side, palms to the ceiling. We're going to drop both knees down to the left, controlling it with your core. And the head is going to come to the right. Good. Just steady with the stretch. We're trying to get both knees relaxed and onto the floor. We're going to bring that left arm over now, reaching towards the right hand, feeling the stretch and opening behind the left shoulder blade. Good, in breath, we're going to open that arm back out again, take the lumbar spine to the mat as we stack those knees back to the center. Good. On the out breath, we're going to drop both knees down to the right, head goes to the left. Again, slowly, not forcing anything, breathing through that stretch. And then we're taking the right arm over towards the left, feel the opening behind the right shoulder. Breathing through that. And then opening the right arm out, take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up again. On the out breath, we're going to take both knees down to the left, head goes to the right, keeping the feet stacked. This time we're going to lengthen the right leg over the left knee, toe towards the floor. Feel that stretch through the glutes. Maybe even the outer thigh there. Breathing through that. And then we're going to stack ankles and knees and draw yourselves back up to the center again. Sorry, my charger is not working very well. Good, hopefully. Sorry, it's just saying my charger and the battery's running low. So I hope we don't get cut off. Okay, we have gone over the other side. So if not, we're going to drop both knees down to the right, head goes to the left. Breathing through that stretch, and then we're going to lengthen the left leg over the right knee. Toe towards the floor. Trying to keep our shoulders down into the mat, breathing through that stretch. And then we're going to stack knees and ankles, take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up again. Brilliant. So relaxing your arms down by your side, we're going to float the right leg up into tabletop position, thinking about your lumbar spine, keeping that down. And we're just going to start with some ankle circles. So just and flex through the toe, pointing and flex. Good. One more time. Point through the toe and flex. And then we're going to leave that right leg up in tabletop. Slide that left leg away. Place the hands onto the hips. So we're going to work with the circling of the knee, but what I want you to focus on is those hips are staying rock solid. They're not rocking from side to side. Imagine the pencil on the front of the kneecap, and we're starting to circle. Good. Drawing the circles on the ceiling, no rocking from side to side, slight pointing through the toe. One more time. And then we're going to change direction. Good. For 5. So make those circles as big as possible, but without any movement from side to side. Good. For 2. And last one. Good, bringing that knee back to the center. Now we're going to drop the knee open to the side. Don't force it, only as far as is comfortable. We're doing big hip circles here, so we're going to then bring that leg long, crossing over the left leg and back to the center again. If you want to watch me do one, I'll do one more and then we'll all start. So we're literally taking that ball through its full circumference of the socket there, okay? If you feel clicking in your hip, as long as it's not painful, that's fine. Any discomfort, reduce the size of the circle, all right? We're going to go 3 times, so dropping the knee out to the side, bring it round over the left leg and back to the center. Same thing though, don't lift up, so we're keeping both seat bones down into the floor. Out to the side, crossing over the left leg and back to the center. One more time, knee to the side, draw it over the left leg and back up to the center. We're changing direction, so bring it over the left leg now, crossing down, open it out to the side and back to the center. Good. For 2, over the left leg, round out to the side and back to the center. Good. Last one, crossing over to the left side, drop it down, open the knee out and back to the center again. Hug that right knee into your chest, flex the left foot, push that left heel away from you as you're hugging in that right knee. Good. So lower the right foot to the floor, take the left leg up into tabletop, slight point through the toe, and we're doing the ankle circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then we're changing direction for 5, 4, so stretching out any tightness through the ligaments and tendons. One more time, and then we're pointing and flexing through the toes. Good. So pointing and then draw the toes back to the front of the shin. Last time, pointing and flex, leaving that left leg in tabletop. We're lengthening the right leg away. Just watch that lumbar spine, keeping it down. Imagine the pencil on the front of the kneecap and we're drawing those circles. Place the hands on the hips. Make sure you're not rocking from side to side. So the circle's as big as you can, but without any movement, so the core's engaged here. And we're going to change direction now for 4, for 3, for 2, and last one. Good, centering that knee back up. Again, don't move those hips, those stay rock solid. We're opening the knee out to the side. We're moving that ball and socket around each other, so moving the ball the whole circumference of the socket. Bring it over the right leg and back to the center again. Good. So opening the left knee out to the side, drop it down, crossing over the right leg and back up to the center. Last time, drop the left knee out to the side, bringing it over the right leg and back up to the center again, changing direction. So bringing it over the right leg, drop it down, open that left knee out and back up to the center. Bringing over the right leg, drop the foot down, open the left knee out and back to the center. Last time now, over the right leg, drop the foot down, open the knee out and back up to the center. We're going to hug that left knee in, flex through the right foot, push that heel away from you, breathing through that stretch. Good. And then take both feet back down to the mat, bring the knees up. We're grabbing our bands, placing it over the right foot, hold the band in your right hand. We want to be feeling a nice stretch here now through that hamstring. Just watch any discomfort in the knee, just bend the knee slightly. And we're having a good stretch now through that hamstring. Keep the pressure on. If you feel the stretch easing, just increase it slightly. Breathing through that. Think about your lumbar spine. 4, 3, 2, 1. So keeping the leg straight, we're going to take that right leg out to the side. Don't come up onto your right side. Keep that left sacrum down into the mat. Don't overdo the stretch. You should be feeling a stretch through that inner thigh. Good. Take the leg back up to the ceiling. Take the band in your left hand. And we're bringing the leg over to the left side now, but don't lift up through the right side. Keep that right seat bone down. Feeling that stretch along the outer thigh there. Good. Back to the center. Open the band out. We're going to change legs. So place the left foot into the band. Holding the band in your left hand and just working on that hamstring stretch. Good. Shoulders relaxed. Chin towards your chest. Stretching through the back of the neck. Remember, increase that stretch slightly if it eases. Good. And then we're going to open the leg out to the left, feeling that stretch through the inner thigh there. Breathing through that, keep that right sacrum down. Good, bring the leg back up to the center. Take the band in the right hand. We're bringing the leg over to the right. Again, don't lift up that left side. Keep the left side down. Breathing through that stretch. Good, take the leg back to the center. We're going to take the band off and take both legs back down again. Brilliant. Is everyone okay full time? Obviously, we'll run over a little bit. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
All right, good. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going into the back. I'll just show you quickly what we're going to do. So part of it, you know, left arm up, right leg down. Start to lift the leg, come up from the breastbone, holding onto the calf. We're then going to lengthen the left leg away, and we're going into scissors. So we're going to pull 1, 2, and then change. Okay. Now, if any neck issues, obviously just keep the head down. And do it with keeping the head down. If the head is down though, just make sure you're focusing on that lumbar spine, because obviously this way it forces the back down. This way the back wants to pop up. All right? So we're going to start right leg, left arm. So when you're ready, we're going to slide the right heel away from you. Left arm comes up above the head. Pointing through the toe, we're going to take the leg up towards the ceiling, come up from the breastbone, take hold of the calf, lengthen the left leg away from you, and we're going to pull 1, 2, and then change. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, and change. Good. 2 more to each side. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, last one. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, we're going to take hold of that right leg again. Bend the knee, drop the left foot down to the floor, lower the head, leg, left arm comes up, and we're sliding back to the center again. Good. So lengthening the left leg away, right arm comes up above the head, pointing through the toe. Take the left leg up towards the ceiling, come up from the breastbone, take hold of the calf, shoulders down the back. Lengthen the right leg away, and we're pulsing for 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, and change. Draw that belly button to spine. Use your abdominals to hold you up. Change. Good. Last one to each side. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2. We're going to take hold of that left leg. Bend the right knee, take the foot to the floor, lower the leg back down, right arm comes up above the head, and we're centering back up again. Excellent. So into the single leg stretch. So again, just talk you through quickly. We're going to come up from the breastbone, lengthen one leg and tap the knee of the other. If neck issues, you can either support the head or keep the head down. But again, think about that lower back if you're keeping the head down. Okay? So when you're ready, you're going to float one and then the other leg up into tabletop position. Come up from the breastbone, draw the belly button to spine. Lengthen right leg away, tap the left knee and change. Good. So out breath to lengthen, in breath to change. Good. For 7 and change. Keep the belly button drawn to the spine. For 6 and change. For 5 and change. For 4, draw the belly button to spine. For 3 and change. Good. For 2, remember support your neck if need be. Last one and change. Good. Hug the knees into your chest and rock from side to side. Excellent. So just while you're doing that, I'm going to talk you through the next one. We're coming up to the crisscross. So we're going to straighten the one leg. We're going to take the rib to the hip of the opposite leg. Again, neck issues, keep the head down and just roll onto the elbow each side. Okay? So if you've got issues with the neck, you want to keep the head down, just roll onto the elbow. So float right and left leg up in tabletop, locking that lumbar spine down. Hands behind the head. We're going to come up from the breastbone, draw the belly button to spine. Lengthen the left leg away, taking left rib to right hip and center. Good. For 5 and center. Good. For 4, squeeze that belly button to spine. Lock that lumbar back down. Good. For 3 and center. And 3. Good. For 2 and center and 2. Last one now. Breathing, draw that belly button to spine. Good. Hug the knees to your chest. Excellent work, everyone. Feeling those core muscles come up or down? Good. Okay. All right, when you're ready now, we're going to take the feet back down to the mat. We're going to very slowly roll onto our fronts. So, arms are straight out in front of you. We'll have the side of the forearms on the floor. So you've got the side of the hand onto the floor. Feet are hip width apart. Before we do anything, I want you to find your neutral spine. I'll have a play with tucking that tailbone underneath you, arching through the lumbar spine, and then take the tailbone to the ceiling and feeling the curving through that lumbar spine. Good. So tuck the tailbone underneath you, flattening through the back, tailbone to the ceiling, and the arching through the lumbar spine. So finding the halfway point between the two, drawing that belly button up away from the mat. We're going into the swimming, so like we did with the leg and arm raise, we're going to reach the arms forward and back. So we're going to go left arm up, right leg up, reaching forward and back, and lower back down again. Right arm lifting, left leg lifting. Now remember, you don't want the front of the hips coming up off the floor. Good. So we're isolating those glute muscles, reaching forward and back, and lower back down. Good. Right arm forward, reaching that left leg back, and lower back down. Now we're going to take all 4 limbs up off the floor. Crown of the, reaching forward with the crown of the head, come up from the breastbone. And we're lowering the left arm, right leg, back up again, right arm, left leg. Taking it back up. Good. Keep your neutral spine. Keep going. Opposite arm, opposite leg. 2 more to each side. Lowering and lifting. Good. Last one. And lower and lift and come back down to the floor again. Placing the hands either side of your head against the edge of the mat. And we're coming into our W arm. So when you're ready, deep breath in as we breathe out. Come up from the breastbone, drawing those shoulder blades together at the back. Hold for an in breath. Lift the hands up, either side of the shoulder. Good, and lower back down again. Deep breath in as we breathe out. Draw the belly button, spine. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back. And lower back down again. Good. 2 more times. On out breath. Come up from the breastbone. Squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back. And lower. Last one. On the out breath, draw the belly button away from the mat, squeezing those shoulder blades together and lower back down again. Brilliant. So place one hand on top of the other. Forehead can rest onto the hand. We're going into the heel kick. So just to talk you through it, pointing through the toe, we're going to kick for 1, 2, flex, lift the knee up. Remember the hip stays down. You don't want to be lifting that hip up away from the mat. Point through the toe, lengthen the leg, and lower back down again, and then we go on to the other one. So starting with the left leg, pointing through the toe, we're going to kick up for 1, for 2, flex, lift, keep the hip down, point to lengthen the leg away, and lower back down again. Good. Right leg pointing, kick for 1, for 2, flex, lift, lengthen the leg away, and lower back down. Good. 2 more times to each side. Left leg, 1, 2, flex, lift, pointing to lengthen, and lower back down. Right leg pointing, kick, 1, 2, flex, lift, keep the hip down as you lengthen the leg away, and lower back down. Last time, pointing, 1, 2, flex, lift, point to lengthen, and lower back down. Right leg kicking, 1, 2, flex, lift, pointing to lengthen, and lower back down. Excellent. We're going to roll onto our backs now. Hugging the knees into your chest. Start with the knees together, rocking from side to side, and then we're going to take those knees to shoulder width apart, and again, just rocking, loosening off that back. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to take both feet back down to the mat again, arms to the side, palms to the ceiling. We're going to cross the right knee over the left, so the knees are meeting each other. Good. Drop both knees down to the left, head goes to the right. It's quite a strong stretch, so if you're feeling discomfort, don't force it. Just take it as low as you can, that you're feeling a good stretch through that right side. Just breathing through that. Good. One more time. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to center up again. Take the lumbar spine to the mat. Slide the left ankle back onto the right knee. Take hold of that right leg. Draw up towards you. Shoulders down the back. And then we're going to roll onto that right side ever so slightly. If it doesn't work for you to lift the leg up, just push that left knee away. Good. And then rolling onto the right side just to increase that stretch slightly. Chin towards the chest, so you're lengthening through the back of the neck. Shoulders down towards the mat. Nice and relaxed. Breathing through that stretch. Good, and taking both feet back down to the mat again. We're going to cross the right leg over the left, arms to the side, palms to the ceiling. On out breath, we're going to take both knees down to the right, head goes to the left. Again, so Karen, just cross your knees together. That's it, you've got it. Are we going down the right side? So we're coming over to the right. Good, breathing through that stretch. And then we're going to center the knees back up again, slide the ankle back onto the knee. Either just push the knee away from you or bring that left knee up towards you, shoulders down the back, lengthening through the neck. And we're going to come gently onto our left side, feeling that stretch through the right, breathing through that. Good, increasing the pull a little bit if you feel the stretch easing. Brilliant, and then we're going to center back up again. Take both feet back down to the mat. Very slowly, we're going to walk onto our sides and come up to sitting. Legs out into the V shape, slight flexion through the toes, crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Good. So we're going to roll down, so drawing the belly button to spine, crown of the head comes down. We're going to walk the hands forward. So now once you've rolled down, we're going to start to get length through that back. So walking the hands forward to try and lengthen and get longer through the back. Keep the shoulders down. Drop the crown of the head down. We're going to roll back up and stacking that spine. Good. One more time, deep breath in. As you breathe out, roll back down to the floor, walk the hands forward, length through the back, keep the shoulders down. Now we're going to walk the left elbow to the inside of the left knee. Bring the right arm over the top and turn the head up towards the ceiling. Good. Walk the hands forward as we come over onto the right side, right elbow inside of right knee, left arm over the top and eyes up to the ceiling. If it feels too much to do the arms, just do the rotation, that's fine. Walk the hands forward one more time to each side, elbow to the inside of the left knee, right arm over the top and eyes to the ceiling. Good. Last time, walking the hand over, right elbow inside of right knee, left arm over the top, turn towards the ceiling. Coming back to the center, walk the hands to the center, drop the crown of the head down, we're rounding back up and stacking that spine. Excellent. So just closing those legs together now. Hinging from the hips, we're going to drop down over the knees, shoulders down the back. We're just opening up through that lower back, hamstrings, calves here a bit. Breathing through that stretch. Good. Drop the crown of the head down. We're rounding back up and stacking that spine. So turning on to all fours now. Tucking your toes underneath you, we're going to push up into down dog. Take the feet hip width apart, heels to the floor, take the head through to the knees, shoulders down the back. Now we're just going to come up onto the toes here, keep the head down towards the knees and drop the heels back down again. Good. 2 more times, come up onto your toes, and drop the heels down, trying to get the head more towards the knees. Last time, up onto the toes, drop the heels down, take the head through to the knees, soften through the knees, walk the hands back towards your feet. On the out breath, we're going to round back up, stacking that spine, coming up to standing, and good work, everyone.